Angelic, ingenious supplies.
What's up, Spikes? Jim here, coming at you. Spike Feeders HQ. We're in the past we've done a bunch of precon episodes and then finished it off with our fourth episode being something to do with the precons. This time we got the decks a little bit early, which was super nice. So Aaron was able to brew us up some decks with Modern Horizons 3 commanders. So these are legendaries from the set. And yeah, it's just Aaron's take on them. So we'll give you our best guess as to what they're about. I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what they do. But yeah, before we get into it, I want to thank our sponsor, GameGenic. They provided all of the cool accessories, playmats, sleeves, these like awesome bastions that we're going to crack into in a minute. You should go to your local game store. If you're looking for accessories, look for GameGenic. We'd also love to thank Wizards of the Coast for sending us these decks and the product ahead of time so that we can showcase them for you. It's actually a little bit of a panic to get the decks, crack the product, build decks and all this kind of thing and have them ready to go like once the card image gallery is up, which it just came up like 6 days ago, probably at this point. It's a real panic to get it done. So huge shout out to Aaron and Wizards for sending us these decks. Aaron didn't send us the decks, but shout out to Aaron for brewing them.
Yes.
I am going first in turn order today. I am playing the Necrobloom. If you've ever read Field of the Dead, you know what this card does. It makes plants, it makes zombies. It doesn't make the plants fight the zombies. You just get both of them. They're on the same side of the battle.
Oh.
So it also gives land cards in my graveyard Dredge 2, just in case Fields of the Dead was not good enough.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, and it's also a 2/7.
For sure. For 4.
I never read his power toughness.
It's a 2/7, baby.
That's really good.
Big butt.
Hi, everybody. My name's Alex, and today I've been handed Arna Kennerud, Sky Captain. It's a human knight that's a 4/4 with flying, lifelink, ward, of course. And whenever a modified creature I control attacks, I get to double the number of each kind of counter on it. And every non-token equipment and aura creates a token copy of itself attached to that modified creature. So I'm looking to kind of do some Voltron-y stuff, get some cheap creatures, suit them up with auras and enchantments and things like that, and just crack in for damage.
Hi, Jan here, and today I decided I was going to evolve my Gengar to Shilgengar, the sire of famine. He's crossing over to magic, and he does not look good. He did not age well. He's seen better days. But this is an Elder Demon Aristocrats deck. Even though this card is basically looks mono black, it does have a black-white ability, which means I get to play Orzhov Aristocrats, which is, I just Google it. I mean, like you're sacking creatures. His fun thing is he sacks creatures to make blood tokens, and then I can sack 6 blood tokens to bring back all the creatures that left the battlefield this turn. So I get a rebuy on a lot of my dies triggers.
With finality. All your creatures in your graveyard.
Not
even this turn.
Not even say this turn.
It's just all of them.
That's much better.
So much tech. That's
This
much
is the theme.
better.
These are much better than they were on our initial reading.
Even when I brewed them,
yes.
they ended up being better than I thought.
Speaking of much better, Aaron.
I'm playing Imskir Iron Eater, which is unfortunately a very big upgrade for one of my favorite commanders, and maybe one of the earliest decks I played on the channel, which is Bosch Iron Golem. Imskir is an 8-mana 5/5 with affinity. He's a demon. He draws X cards, enters the battlefield. The X is half the mana artifacts you control, and then has the rest of Bosch's text. You can sacrifice an artifact to throw it at somebody, deal damage. It's really good, and I hate that it's so much better than Bosch, because I love Bosch.
Much better? Much better.
It's so much better. But here we are.
There we are.
Modern Horizons 3, it's all it took to power creep Bosch.
Yeah.
15 years later.
There you go. Well, folks, get in the comments, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We're going to crack into these Game Generator Bastions.
Okay, I'm going to start us off by drawing a card. I'm going to play a forest, and I'll pass.
Yes.
Play Shipwreck March, tapped, pass turn.
I would like to play an untapped Vault of Champions, because Aaron is not my friend today.
Nope.
And Alex wants to be the villain of the game. So, and then I'm going to cast a Skull Clamp.
That tracks.
Okay.
His turn.
Draw. I'll play a Blightstaff Pathway, and then I'll play a Niles Follow. And I'll pass.
Okay. I will draw. I'm going to play a Selesnya Sanctuary tapped and return my forest to my hand. Then I would like to pass the turn, moving to my discard to discard Life from the Loam.
Oh no.
He got us. We've
And
been
I will
bamboozled.
pass.
That's good deck building.
That's great deck building. That's a plains. Tap 1/2. Get a Talisman of Progress. Take 1 pain. Cast Mist Cloaked Heralding. Pass the turn. Pass the turn.
At the turn. Untap. Draw this card right here. Ooh. I'm gonna play a swamp. Yeah, I don't know. I also don't want a creature that can be blocked. Floodgast.
But I can block that. I guess I just need a
Can't,
blocker.
or can't block.
There you go.
I just want
is so good. It's so good.
Custom combo. Draw card.
nobody pay attention to the Bloodgast on this side of the table.
I'm gonna lay a mountain and a talisman and Pirate's Wall.
All right, so we're like one turn away
pass.
from this being free.
Spells bomb.
Yeah, this is coming down.
Go ahead.
Well done. I will untap. And I will dredge Life from the Loam. So let's dredge 3. That's a Godless Shrine, a Titania, and an Indatha Triome.
All good cards.
You can have it for now. Maybe next time we'll get it. I need this in play for a reason. I
Is
appreciate
that
it.
reason because it counts as a mana?
It is for my commander.
Commander.
I'll play this forest as my land for turn.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tap 3 to cast this Augur of Autumn. And then I think I'm going to pass the turn. In my cleanup step. Look at the top card.
He got you there, Alex.
I'll pass. During your untap step,
You don't get priority.
I don't need priority.
This doesn't
baby.
use a stack.
Does that say whenever you have priority? Didn't think
does.
so.
Draw card. Swamp for turn. Pay 1 to cast Curiosity, targeting Mistcloaked Herald.
That's a classic.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I no effects.
Sideways, yeah.
Attached. We're going to swing, and that swing is going to be at Jim.
Take 1.
Take 1, go 39. Curiosity had this creature deal damage, so I may draw a card. I will go ahead and do that.
Take it all back.
Yeah. Colorless for Helm of the Gods. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to untap. Other move to combat. Alex.
Sure. 37.
Second main phase, I would like to tap for white. Would you like to look at the top card of your...
I would love to. Yeah, during the activation of that
activation.
mana ability. Thank you. Thank you, Jason.
Excellent. See, I'm considerate. I would like to Skull Clamp my Bloodgast.
Very good.
Goodbye, Bloodgast.
Maybe it doesn't have a lane.
I would like to play this Blight Climb Pathway.
He had it.
Trigger landfall.
Yeah.
Bring back my Bloodgast.
You can have it.
Then I like to
kidding
pay 2 and cast a Corpse Knight.
Yep.
Oh, is that the misprint?
It is
No,
not.
it is
I
not.
do.
It's
I
the
actually
actual
have more of the
factual.
misprints than I do of the regular ones.
For the few of you who don't know, Corpse Knight was originally printed as a 2/3.
It was printed as both.
Okay.
It was meant to be a 2/2.
Yeah, but
printings came out as 2/3s.
Yeah.
And we had to tell people during pre-release.
It is in fact
It's actually a 2/2.
It was like I'm not sure if it was 50-50, but they're common enough.
Yeah, we'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, so whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, each opponent loses a life.
Untap. Draw. Hey, red. I'm going to play Experimental Synthesizer.
Ooh.
So it enters the battlefield or leaves. Exile top card in my library. Until end of turn, I may play that card. It's going to be a Graven Cairns. I'm going to play the Graven Cairns.
As that enters the battlefield, we'll just
I have 4. I'm a mana off. I will pass.
okay. On tap, I am going to draw a
You had a
card.
great furnace.
I'm just going to cast Life from the Loam. I will target 2 lands in my graveyard: Godless Shrine and Indatha Triome.
You got it. Pass priority. I have passed.
Okay, I will return them to my hand.
Now do it. Now do it.
Then I'll play this Godless Shrine tapped. I'm just going to pass.
Okay. We're going to untap. Upkeep. Would you like to look at the top card of your library?
I would love to, thank you.
You're welcome.
See you there.
I'm going to draw. We're going to move to combat. We're going to swing 1 damage over at Jen.
Oh, poke the bear.
I'll draw a card. I'll play Rafine's Tower as my land for turn. And we'll tap 1, 2, 3 for a morph. And then we'll pass turn.
I don't remember what that is.
Write
and
that
I
down.
made the deck.
It's a 2/2 with no abilities.
Oh,
Correct.
right.
Turn face up. I'd like to go to combat.
Yeah, I have a lot of things that look like blockers.
I'm going to attack you for 2.
38.
Yeah, Aaron's sitting there at 40, thinks he can get away with it. All right, well, let's tap my Vault of Champions, and I'd like to Skull Clamp my Bloodgast.
I like that you tapped the Volt Champions.
It's the champion move.
It's true. I don't have
Pro
plus 2
plays.
cards a turn.
You're gonna, this is going to trigger my landfall.
That's
so
yes.
back in Bloodgast. It's going to trigger, of course. I will then tap 2 black to cast Reassembling Skeleton.
Build your own skull climb combos. Build your own divinations.
Trigger corpse knight?
Trigger Corpse Knight, yes. And then I'll pass. That's 7 cards in my hand.
Untap. Draw. Play a land. What's this? Ripping my commander here. I think I'm just gonna play this card instead. I'm gonna cast Thran Dynamo.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
Still a little off, but keep passing. Go ahead.
Almost though.
I will
Could have
untap.
cast it.
Oh, one more.
I'll draw a card. I would like to tap 4 and cast my commander, the Necrobloom.
Yeah,
That's a 2/7, baby.
sure is.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to play a Plains as my land for turn, trigger the Necrobloom.
But you don't have to have 7.
It makes plants if you don't and zombies if you do.
I'm sat there like, oh gosh.
They updated Field of the Dead, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not bad and does something
It's
before
good
7.
at all.
So there's my plant token. Then I'm just going to pass.
Gonna untap. Would you like to look at the top card of your library?
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. You're quite welcome. I'm gonna draw cards for turn. Speaking of cards for turn, we're gonna pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the card of turn is Arna Kennerud.
Arna Kennerud?
Oh yeah, Arna Kennerud.
Kennerud.
The counter
Field
spell?
of the Dead. No, that's got to be swords mana.
Yeah.
Maybe path mana. Anyway, I'm gonna go to declare attacks. Do you want to do it now?
I don't, well,
Depends. Let's find out.
who are you attacking?
Well, okay. I'm gonna move to declare attacks.
Yeah.
In declare attacks, I will attack Jan. Trigger.
No. Yeah, that's fine. Gets 2 curiosities.
It does get another curiosity.
So we'll deal 1 damage to Jan. Go to 38, and I'll draw 2 cards. Probably. Yeah, I'll draw 2. 1, 2.
I didn't make my deck draw 2 cards. That was a
My deck's
mistake.
drawing 2 cards.
Yeah.
We'll play
Shut up.
Underground River as land for turn.
Life from Alone kind of draws 2 cards.
And then we'll tap Underground River to equip Helm of the Gods to our morph.
Yeah. And it's supposed to almost on each aura you control or each enchantment you control.
Enchantment I control, so that's currently 2.
Yeah, okay.
That's a 4/4 morph. Whew.
Yeah.
Large. Pass turn.
End of your turn. I'm just going to swords the Merfolk.
Yeah.
Oh, the Merfolk.
Not your commander.
Oh my God.
Because now you lose both your enchantments.
My enchantments. 1 life. Yep.
So Alex
36.
36.
36.
I'm going to
Can I
untap.
shock it?
You could have shocked the Merfolk.
I don't want to.
I'm going to draw this card, Aaron.
You got it. I don't have extra resources lying around, you know? I'm not drawing 2 a turn like the rest of you.
Well, I have good news for you. I'm going to go to combat and attack you for 2.
Oh my.
And that's all I'm taking 2 damage a turn, I guess.
Well, because you didn't shock the thing. You shocked this.
I'll continue not to shock it.
Shocker, get shocked out there.
Yeah, I will continue to use my Vault of Champions to skull clamp my blood gas.
Power move. Yep.
Draw 2.
Draw 2.
Yep.
Then I will play this Plains as land for turn. Trigger landfall.
Everyone lose life here.
We're going to lose a life.
Can do.
All right, I'm going to tap 3 for Pawn of Ulamog. So whenever Pawn of Ulamog or another non-token creature I control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, I make a 0/1 Eldrazi spawn token. Trigger Corpse Knight. I'll pass turn.
Okay. Drop. Play a Sanctum of Ugin.
I'm going to move my Miscloaked Herald from my command zone down into my graveyard.
Is that a state-based action?
It's actually in your exile zone. So I didn't. You move from your graveyard to exile.
Yeah, I'll do that too. I'll do
Perfect.
both of those things.
Perfect. I would like to pay 3, 4, 5 mana.
Yeah.
I'd like to cast a Kadoltha Forge Master.
Ooh.
Oh, don't.
dangerous.
No, it's not.
It is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's number 6.
Red, black mana.
Yep.
I'd like to cast Imskir Iron Eater.
I bet.
Yeah, now
It is
you're going
Bosch.
to draw cards.
Yeah, it took me a little longer, you know.
Yeah, but you're going to draw more.
So it is battlefield. I draw X cards and lose X life, where X is half the number of artifacts I control rounded down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rounded down to half
2.
is 3.
29.
Game.
And draw 3 cards.
Sounds good.
Aaron's just free falling.
Take a damage.
Take a damage. Now he's free falling.
Oh.
Prophetic Draught. It's an artifact enters the battlefield or put to the graveyard. I lose a life and draw a card.
27.
27. Draw a card. I'll pass.
Okay. I'll untap. I will draw a card. I will look at the top card of my library.
Was a good one. Was a real good one.
I'll play this in Dotha Triumph tapped and trigger.
Sure.
Make a plan.
Yeah, that's in the plan.
Then I think I'm just going to pass.
Sounds good. I'm gonna untap, upkeep, and draw. I'll play a Reliquary Tower as my land for turn.
Oh no.
We're gonna pay 1 to move Helm of the Gods onto Arna Kennerud. We're gonna pay 1 and a white to cast All That Glitters, targeting Arna Kennerud.
It's going to get really big really fast.
Very good. You're not attacking me with that, right?
We're gonna pay 3 for Battle Mastery, targeting Anya
That
Kennerud.
gives it double strike.
I think so.
Double strike, yep.
You're not attacking me with that, right?
Didn't say anything about that.
Well,
My Rakdos deck has no effects.
I have a quick little survey for you.
Yo, what's up?
Do you want to lose your commander?
I don't.
Okay.
Oh, you also have Path Mana. Interesting.
I don't have Path Mana. Let the record
I'd like to
show.
move to declare attacks.
Yeah.
Got it.
No,
I'd
no
like to
effects.
declare Arna Kennerud as an attacker at... Attack Jan. Triggers.
Will it kill me?
I don't know.
All right, let's.
Trigger. Gonna make a copy of a bunch of stuff. So give me just a moment. Each one of them makes a copy of itself attached to Anya Kennerud. When we start doing the math, we do 1, 2, 3, 4 enchantments times 4 is 16. So it is a 2020 double striking Anya Kennerud that is flying with lifelink.
Goodness.
2020?
2020 double strike.
2020 double strike.
Just is it just 2020?
Sorry, I thought
How
that was.
pedestrian.
I thought it was after the double strike. I was like, that can't be correct.
Yeah. It's lots and lots, Jan.
Just a full 40.
Scoop them up. Okay.
Jan is.
boy.
Okay. Hey, do you have a plan for card I still can't pronounce?
Anya Kennerud.
Because
Arna Kennerud.
Depends. If he attacks you next turn, then no.
That's going to send me to 74.
Oh,
This is lifelink?
Yes.
Why'd I do this to myself?
That was better than I expected it to be. So
74?
You knew exactly what you were doing.
Is it
I did not
74?
think it was going to kill you. And I'll pass the turn.
Suddenly feel a little less good about what's going on here.
just pulled off a Forge Master for a 2020 artifact and then pitch it with Bosch.
Play a Dragon Skull Summit. Alright. Forge Master. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can't activate it 3 times, so I have to be able to keep mana for twice. Sacrifice these 3. A few things will happen. I get the option to pay a black, which I will, to draw off Nile Spellbomb. And then I will lose a life to draw another card, and then I will exile top card of my library.
26.
So I'm going to go to 26. We'll resolve these in this order. So draw a card. Draw a card that's 2026. And then exile top card of my library, which is a Goblin Engineer. I don't think I need anything. So I'll resolve Forge Master. Okay, off my Forge Master, I'm going to find a Spine of Ishsa, which I forgot I had.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Ignore my complaining.
Fire
Target
ones.
your commander, please.
Ward
Ward trigger.
I have to discard a card, correct?
Correct.
Goodbye, Swamp.
Aw. All right, so the All That Glitters token and the Battle Mastery token cease to exist. The cards go to the dead library. Graveyard. Thanks, Jen. And on you to the command zone.
It is cool that the equipment stick around.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
That
that.
part is neat. I'm going to pay 2 mana.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast this Goblin Engineer that I exiled from the synthesizer.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm going to go find and put Metalwork Colossus into my graveyard. Don't worry about the Metalwork Colossus. I'm going to pay 3 mana for a Junk Diver, and I'm going to pay 3 more mana for a Audacious Reshapers. And then I will attack Alex for 5. This thing's a 5/5. Cool.
All right, as a special game action, I'm going to activate the Mega Morph.
Oh, it's Goodalurker.
It's cool.
I forgot about Goodalurker.
I'm not going to block. How much is it?
Yeah, that's 5.
All right, I'll go to a funny number.
Yeah.
21?
No.
Oh, yeah, right.
That is 5 commander damage, which I'm currently hedging.
Yeah.
Pass.
In your end step,
Yeah.
I would like to despark Imskir Iron Eater.
Okay, I'll pull that. Goodbye. Goodbye.
And then I will untap, look at the top card of my library in my untap step, move to my draw step and draw it.
But there's not very many.
Ghost Quarter.
Ooh.
Trigger the Necrobloom.
Yeah, that's another plant. You only need 1 more land.
I only need 1 more land. I'm going to tap 7
Yeah. Yep.
and cast Elish Norn.
Oh, no.
My little guys.
Coven check.
You like
My
the top
little
card of your library?
guys.
I would love to look at the top card.
The funny part is you still don't have Coven.
No, he has to.
He does not.
4/2.
Other creatures. So 4, 4, 4, 2.
That's very funny. Coven check's still offline. That's extremely funny.
Junk Diver will die and bring back a synthesizer for me.
It'll die. Because it doesn't have power toughness.
Okay, so
Now I have a 1/1
and a
and
1/3.
these things.
okay, then I will move to combat,
Yeah, not excited about that part.
Jim.
and I'm going to attack Alex for 4, 4, and 4. 12 total.
All right, I'll go from a funny number to 57.
Then I'll pass the turn.
Sounds good. I'll untap, upkeep, and draw. I'll cast my 2/2 commander
Yeah,
Seems pretty good.
you got it.
and pass turn.
On deck. I'm going to pay 3. Play a prize statue. When it enters the battlefield or dies, make a treasure token. 1 red. I'm going to play a experimental synthesizer. Which I might have returned.
Write that down.
Costs black red.
I'm going to play a command tower.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2.
That pays for taxes.
It does.
Does.
Infinity.
Infinity, baby. Play Imskir. And I have 8, right? So I draw 4.
Lose 4.
I lose 4. Pay 2 for a Terrian's Journal. I can tap, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. I will sack the Spine of Ishsa to draw a card, which will go back to my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. For Clock of Omens.
Hey.
Okay.
Does things, but I think I'm just passing for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go ahead.
Okay.
Discard Sulphur Springs.
Okay. I'm going to untap. I'm going to dredge Life from the Loam.
Sounds good.
So we're going to go Lotus Cobra, a Baron Moor, and a Dread Return. That's pretty nice.
Good return.
Life from the
Little
Loam
spooky.
to my hand.
I wonder who put that there.
I'm going to tap 7
Okay.
and cast Avenger of Zendikar.
Oh,
Oh, I don't like that.
6.
Yeah, I currently have
he finally
6.
has Coven.
I do finally have Coven.
Shame.
So these are going to be plants that entered the battlefield this turn.
Okay.
So they will not be eligible to attack.
Right.
Then I think I'm going to look at the top card of my library. Interesting.
Oh, it's a creature and cast.
It is, because Coven is online, but it's not a creature. But this still allows you to play a land from the top of my library.
I don't like that.
Oh, man, it's a good thing I haven't
Battle
killed anybody
dominate.
else yet.
I still have 2 opponents, so it does come in untapped. It triggers the Necrobloom and makes a zombie. It also triggers Avenger of Zendikar and puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control.
Each plant.
Each plant I control.
Plants.
So I'll be using these small dice to represent +1/+1 counters. So I put 1 on each plant I control. Oh, this is a plant.
It is a plant.
Ah, I just realized that.
Coven extremely online.
Coven is very
Dang.
online now.
Oh, man.
I
think
will
I'm not in this game anymore.
Okay, I'm going to move to combat, and I will swing 3 plants, the Necrobloom, Augur of Autumn, and Elish Norn at Aaron.
I don't like that.
It's a big attack.
Yes.
What is this?
So these are 3 5/5s, 5, what is this, 10?
Yep.
2 5, and a 4 7.
Okay. Anyway, before blocks, I have to fire up the Forge Master, I would assume. 1, 2, 3. Sack those.
Okay.
I'm going to find Karn Legacy Reforged. He's just a large man. That's the only reason why we're finding him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Minus 2.
4, 4.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to throw the Reshapers in front of your commander, which I believe is the biggest.
As a 5/10, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to use Karn to block.
Elish?
That's the
4?
second biggest.
Yeah. I think I'll just try to block a plant so my Karn lives.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so then you'll end up taking 2 plants, which is 6, plus Augur of Autumn
It's 4,
is 4.
10, 14.
14 damage total, taking you to 8. Yeah, and that's going to be it for me.
Okay, we're going to untap, upkeep, and draw. We're going to pay 1, 2 for Idolized to enchant Arna Kennerud.
Okay.
Whenever this creature attacks alone, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of non-land permanents I control.
Whoa.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a bit of a non-bow because you'll miss the trigger from the new one.
Sure.
But that's not the worst thing in the world. The worst thing in the world is tapping 5 for Winds of Wrath. Taking a pain to 56.
My non-enchanted creatures.
So I go to 56 and destroy all creatures with no enchantments on them. Those creatures cannot be regenerated.
That's all of my creatures.
My shortcut is going to be, I'm going to untap my Kuldotha, re-Kuldotha to sack this, and this.
Okay.
To re-Kuldotha Forge Master. You know what? We don't have much left. We're going to find a coveted jewel.
Oh, nice.
It's going to enter the battlefield. I'm going to draw 3 cards.
Do it.
Yeah.
Some 3 nice ones, maybe. Listen, you ignore how many cards I have in hand right now. Okay.
Happens.
Winds of Wrath. Resolves. I'm going to move to declare attacks and send Arna Kennerud at Aaron. Trigger. Going to make an idolized. Idolized trigger will resolve second.
Sure. How much is that?
I believe if I counted correctly this time, because I promised I would, I believe it's 10.
Okay. But you know if I'm dead, you don't get the coveted jewel.
That's fine. I'll get over it with time and counseling.
It triggers.
It's a shame. It does trigger. I'll take it to my grave.
That's fair. So when this resolves, Idolize counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 non-lands, so 10. You'll go to dead, and I'll go to 66.
66.
Speaking of Godspeed, it is Jim's turn.
Okay, let's see if I can do it. It's looking pretty rough for our heroes. Okay, we're going to try a couple things here.
Sure.
I will tap 3 to cast 6. That's a multiplier, baby. That's a 2/4 with reach. It's got reach. Whenever 6 attacks, I mill 3 cards. I can put a land card from among them into my hand, and as long as it's my turn, non-land permanents in my graveyard have retrace. And I'm just going to pass.
Okie dokie. We're going to untap, upkeep, and draw.
You can block. Blocking's cool. This thing's going to be like 1,000,000 power.
Blocking is pretty cool. I think first things first, we're going to play Tormented Soul.
What does that do? It's unblockable.
It prevents me from getting Edict, hopefully. Then we are going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, taking a pain to get another blue.
Not nearly funny enough.
For Aura-Mancer's Guise.
And vigilance. Vigilance is...
Yeah.
Then we're going to attach 1 Helm of the Gods,
Well, the real one, notably.
and we're going to attach a Helm of the Gods to Tormented Soul.
Sure.
Because I don't think we need to get that big to do you dirty. Speaking of doing you dirty, I'd like to move to combat and declare an attacker.
This is an attack trigger.
It is an attack trigger.
In the beginning of combat, I would like to act.
Please do.
I'm going to cast Tear Asunder Kicked, targeting Arna Kennerud.
Okay.
Trigger Ward, discard Life from the Loam.
Sounds good. So what will happen is Arna Kennerud will go back to the zone.
Yep.
These will all evaporate. Helm of the Gods sits. And I'll pass turn.
In your end step, I'm going to Ghost Quarter my forest.
Okay.
Off of the Ghost Quarter, I'm going to get this swamp into play tapped.
Sounds good.
Tapped?
Untapped, actually.
Untapped. Then I'm going to move to my turn.
Wow, it's double untapped
Double untapped.
on a Thursday afternoon.
I will then dredge Life from the Loam.
Hey.
So we'll dredge 3. Greensleeves, Marrow Sorcerer, Lotus Field, and Ulenwald Hydra
Okay.
to the yard.
Picks.
Life from the Loam to my hand. I'm going to move to combat
Sounds good.
and attack you with 6.
I will take 2.
It's got an attack trigger where I'm going to mill 3 cards. Undergrowth Recon, Forest, and a Golgari Rot Farm.
Sounds good.
I will play the Forest.
Okay.
From among them, the other 2 go to the graveyard, and 2 coming at you. Post-combat main, I would like to pay black, 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 green, white to cast Eerie Ultimatum. I'd like to return any number of target permanent cards with different names from my graveyard to the battlefield.
I'd like to concede.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily lost that game, but I don't want to stick around for the 20 minutes it's
Yeah,
going to
it's
take
like
to figure out.
top deck a board wipe, I think, is the out.
And I don't have one, so that's good stuff.
Yep. Holy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I apologize, Jan. I did not think to do the math beforehand because I didn't think it was going to be that good.
Here's the thing. I would have, if you didn't kill me, I would have died to the Elishnorn.
Yeah.
Elishnorn might have been a bit of a problem.
It would have been like the best I could have hoped to do is if you didn't kill me, cast my commander, which I planned on doing, and then just like in response sack all my creatures for blood tokens,
Right.
and then just sit there and
twiddle your thumbs
Yeah,
until
blood
You have to wait Elishnorn, because then once Elishnorn's gone, then you could buy your team.
Well, and even in then, I'm going to be
back.
Winds of Wrathing regardless.
Yeah.
No, that was a fun game. I really like these brews. I feel like a few of the strategies were sort of just straightforward.
Yeah, I would say that the four of these, I guess maybe with the exception of this Bosch imitator, aristocrats, auras, and lands. Not too,
I think innovative coming out of these four commanders.
I got to say, the token pile you gave me was really well
Listen,
done.
it was very thorough.
Like I say,
to be fair,
I'm very thorough.
I think if you're at home and building your Arna Kennerud deck, you probably want to invest in that.
That's the problem with like these kind of commanders. That if I'm in a lot of the casual games, that and like Ivy, Gleeful Denizen is another like really big problematic.
Yeah.
That I just like printed off a million versions of these cards because like representing them with this a lot of copy tokens when like this one's a rank war, but this copy token something else, and this copy token something else, and you're moving them around. It's just really
I
messy.
feel like the new Eldrazi commander is going to be like that too, because you're copying Eldrazi spells, right?
So again, if I'm going to do it often enough, I would just print a few copies of each of them if I'm just going to have them in play.
That makes sense.
Just to like make my life easier, my opponent's life easier.
Yeah.
One other way to do it, another shilling but not sponsored, we can get into real quick, is you can pick up some Infinite tokens. You can find those online. Megan makes some great products, and frankly, we would use them more often on the stream, but we have other resources.
Yeah, also a great candidate for an academic.
Oh, yeah.
All the extra token.
With all the extra
Yeah,
cards.
it is a lot of like card like decks like on average now. Yeah, like make sure stuff for failure. That's a nice one. Like every deck that I gave people had like a million tokens. Because that just makes so many tokens.
That's just contemporary card design, though, right?
I mean, just the sheer girth of what this looks like is
shit. Every deck just makes a lot nowadays, right? That's
just lots and lots. How did you feel about Field of the Dead on a stick?
It was fine. Generally speaking, I top decked Life from the Loam on turn one, and I was like, oh, this is my plan now, I guess, right?
Yeah, does do that.
But interestingly enough, I top decked a bunch of stuff, and because I knew what was on top, I didn't dredge it as much as I probably would have if I didn't know what was on top. If I had known what was on top, I'm just like dredging every turn, right? But one of my top decks was Avenger of Zendikar. One of my top decks was Elishnorn.
Right.
And then I also had the Blossoming Sky Turtle or whatever. It's ETB Mill 3 and then Return to Land.
Blooming something.
Whatever it
Blossoming
is. The
tortoise or
it's got a
something.
turtle. Yeah.
It does have a turtle.
We'll put it up on the screen. And same thing, I knew it was on top, but I didn't want to play it at mill, even though I needed the lands, because I had this Eerie Ultimatum in my opening hand, and I'm like, we're going to do this at some point, it's going to be a huge blowout, but I needed a third black source. That was what I went for with the Ghost Quarter on the last turn. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward Abzan lands list, right? Like, if you've ever played a lands deck, it plays exactly the same.
Yeah.
I think you had one of the most pristine Skull Clamp setups I've ever seen in my life.
I kept drawing lands. Like, and you're looking there, you're like, this is fine. This is just more... So, like, I was very
Skull
happy.
Clamp Bloodcast is like one of my favorite interactions in like all of Magic. It's so fun to do.
Yeah.
This deck's really interesting because it plays a lot like Aristocrats. It is Aristocrats. Yeah. But because of its ability, you can sacrifice your board multiple times if you have a card like Ghostway or one of the many Ghostway things to reset them over and over.
You can flicker your whole team and it takes the finality counters off
Golden
of them.
Ghosty or whatever it is, the Dominaria rare. Just so you get to get around the finality counter side of it. And you just like resack your team over and over and over, which is nice.
Well, if y'all want nice things, you can find them at your local game store by asking for Gamegenic products. That's right. If you want sleeves, if you want deck boxes, if you want playmats, if you want organizers for your organizers, Gamegenic definitely has them. We also want to thank all of our patrons. Those are the folks that are below us, to the sides of us, all around us as they scroll on by. Those are the folks that help keep the lights on around here. We just want to say thank you all so much for watching our content this past week. We love bringing these to you early. If you liked this episode, let us know. Give us your thoughts on what other commanders you might like to see brewed. We might even have time to do another episode of it. No promises, but we'll see. In any case, we just want to say thanks so much, and y'all have a great day.